Joe Price, and your Tomah Timberwolves.
Some teams do it individually.
Welcome to A.J. McCain Memorial Field. Greg Haig along with Dave Wagner. As Wags, we start our 38th year. And if you're Tomah, nowhere to go but up. No wins last season. First time, ironically, in 38 years, a winless Tomah team. Last time that happened, ironically, way back in 1984. A lot of experience back. Mauston, on the other hand, has lost a lot of talent. Brand new head coach. We'll see what happens. But Tomah, obviously on paper, feeling, things can't get any worse, can they, after you go 1-9?
Well, you certainly wouldn't think so. And, there's a lot of, when you're 0-9, a lot of things to improve on. So, can they improve on all those areas at once? We'll see. But, yeah, kind of a young Mauston team, especially at the skill positions. And that could be key in this game.
Dave, 4 of our 9 losses last year, we scored first, including up at Mauston, a 66-yard touchdown pass. Hesse to Brookman, but then it was all downhill after that. They scored a season-high 46 points. Tomah had a season-high 30, but after that first game last season up at Mauston, Dave, the 46-30 loss, the last 8 games, we averaged 9 points a game. Not going to be too many people.
No, we really thought it was going to be at least a good offensive season there after the first game, but can't always tell. But hopefully we just can come out of here with a W, and that's all that matters.
So here we go.
He makes one man miss at that far sideline. Now he's up in the
Big play right away for Tomah. Alex Boyko, only a sophomore. Dave, we had a chance to see Boyko last year. This kid has a lot of Eli Brown and Alex Boyko, remember that name, only a sophomore. Eli Brown, of course, went to state this past spring in the 100 and 200, but everybody keen on the big man. Ryan Brookman's son, Drew Brookman, the 6'4 senior, 1 touchdown catch away from setting a school record.
Well, I'm sure he'll accomplish that. So, first offensive play of the year.
Hand off to Jake Bullard off the left side. He's got a bit.
Jake Bullard on the run.
11 yards.
Wideouts for Tomah, Drew Brookman and Eli Brown. Your running backs, Jake Bullard and Connor Granahan. Tom Hesse, your quarterback. The tight end is Jaden Brisky. Carter Habeck at left tackle. Andrew Rouflet at left guard. Deshaun Jester at center. Jake Squires at right guard. And Jacob Spires at right tackle.
The fullback up the middle, and he chugs his way for maybe a yard, and that is about it on the carry. Connor Granahan. They give forward progress for a gain of a generous 2 or 3 yards.
That's Connor Granahan. Dave, they are talking rain, although you say it's not going to rain, right?
That's my prediction, yeah, we'll go with that. The last thing I heard was that the chance of rain has gone down considerably from what the earlier forecasts were. We'll see.
2nd and 8, opening possession, Tomah and Mauston. They stay on the ground again with Jake Bullard.
For about 4 or 5 yards, and he is close to another first down on the Timberwolves. I think he's a couple of yards shy of a gain of about 4 or 5 on the play.
Tom Hesse last season 66 for 169, 911 total yards passing. But the number that jumps out, Dave, 16 interceptions to go along with 10 TD passes.
Yeah, certainly that has to get better. And if pass protection is decent, that number will go down, I'm sure.
Jake Pillard, big hole on the left side.
Another 4 or 5 yards and a first down down to the 11-yard line.
Jacob Bullard, game 4, and that's another big Tomah Timberwolves. First down.
Pretty impressive opening possession, Dave, and it all started with the sophomore Alex Boyko's kickoff return, didn't it?
Yeah, if you go back to that kickoff return, if you notice that when he got the football, he waited for things to develop before he took off up the sideline.
Yeah.
And that means you know the scheme, not just take it and run. And that was a really good sign.
Off the left side. Oh, what a big block.
Stayed on the ground, a lot of room to the outside.
Shy of the end zone with the 1-yard line.
Running with Logan
That is
Rooflet,
Rooflet.
a 6'1", 185-pound junior.
Looks like a second down.
Dave, we haven't thrown the ball yet. That surprised you? Really haven't had to, though, have we?
Haven't had to, but no, it really doesn't surprise me a whole lot. I think they want to get these kids settled in maybe before we start opening it up.
Tight end lined up to the left side.
Tomah inside their 15-yard line, staying on the ground again, Rooflet again. Touchdown, Tomah. Logan Rooflet. Very impressive opening possession. All set up on the kickoff return by Alex Boyko.
Yeah, when you work on a short field, boy, that makes things seem a little easier. The Tomah did a lot of good things. No negative plays on that drive.
Another stat, Dave, that jumps out as we look at the extra point here first. Tom Hesse will try the extra point. Brookman to hold. Ball is down. The Hesse kick is good. Tomah leading 7-0, and then Logan Rooflet touchdown. You're watching the Hagen Sports Network. Welcome back to E.J. McKean Memorial Field. Greg Hagen along with Dave Wagner. Very impressive, Dave, opening possession. Logan Rooflet with a 2-yard run, and again, all set up by the Alex Boyko kickoff return. Hesse kicking off. 9.5 to go, first quarter, and Mauston get it for the first time.
Is back along with, I think that's Brady Baldwin. The kick will go to, actually, it's still in Hates. He catches the 15, cuts up the right hash mark, and he runs into a corner player on the 24-yard line and he's coming back. Mauston will take over first and 10 from their own 23-24-yard line. That was Hates on the return for Timberwolves.
Owen Gerke.
On the return, Connor Granahan with the tackle.
Connor Granahan down there for Tomah. Jeffrey Baumgartner was also down there.
Stood up in the hole, so to speak. So special teams has looked good. Offense looked good. Now we'll see how the defense can look on this first series.
Yeah, this is the defense last season, folks. We'll talk about it in a moment here.
Tyler Link, the quarterback, 2 running backs lined up behind him in the pistol. Link calls for the signal, takes it.
Tyler Link is the quarterback. He's only a sophomore.
Maybe a yard or two up to the 25.5-yard line. And it's a gain of a yard and a half. Second down and a long 8 for the Mauston Golden Eagle offense.
Brandon Calhoun on the tackle for Tomah. Brandon Calhoun, 6'1", 285-pound junior. Gain of maybe 1. Give you that Tomah defense in a moment here. Second and 9 for Tyler Link, the sophomore quarterback. Link, the left-hander, going to throw it downfield, and it is incomplete. Tomah defense.
And it's third down and long for Mauston.
Cornerbacks are Eli Brown and Sebastian Wilbanks. Linebackers Cody Quist, who led the team in tackles last season, Mason Downs, and Cole Madison. Strong safety is Jeff Baumgartner. Free safety is Logan Rooflet. Defensive ends are Carter Habeck and Jaden Brisky, and your D tackles are Brandon Calhoun and Jake Squires. Third and long, Mauston.
for the snap with Goodman in motion. A shovel pass.
Coming this way with Goodman.
He's going to be brought down shy of the 30-yard line and well shy of the first down. It will likely be a punting situation. A gain of
Mason Downs, among others, on the tackle. Very impressive opening stats for the defense, Wags.
Yeah, like that, you know, play call inside reverse, little bit of a wrinkle, and Tomah was ready for it. Did a nice job to stop it with about a 4 to 5 yard gain.
Winding down 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Season opener for Tomah and Mauston. Tomah leading 7-0. Scored on their opening possession, a 2-yard run by Logan Rouflet.
a sophomore back to return, and it's a fake, and now he'll get it off.
High short punt.
It's a good punt. That's fair.
And it's going to be caught by Alex Boyko.
4-yard line on Goodman on the punt.
Just shy of the 35, and for Timberwolves will have their second possession.
Tomah goes to work at their own 30.
Mauston is in their
Already leading 7-0.
tops with the blue pants. They got blue numbers on the jerseys, blue lettering. As I mentioned, blue pants with the gold and white stripe down the
Opening possession, Dave.
Tomah first down and 10.
All runs. We'll see what happens.
Under center.
Second possession.
Behind him, Brown.
Eli Brown in motion, and this is Eli Brown.
And he's going to be brought down after a gain of about 5 yards on the play. And it's going to bring up second down.
Golden Eagles next week, Dave, will be at home to host Sparta. Sparta's game, incidentally, Dave, tonight scheduled at Baldwin-Woodville. For whatever reason, has been postponed, but no Sparta game at Baldwin-Woodville tonight. Don't know why, but that game has been postponed.
Made the stop for Mauston.
We'll look at Sparta a little down the road.
CI formation, a receiver each side, tight end lined up to the right.
2nd and 5.
Play action, Hesse.
And here's Hesse looking to throw downfield, and it is going to be intercepted.
In coverage, big play, Brock Massey.
Brock Massey with the interception. They were looking for Drew Brookman, but he was well covered, wasn't he, Wags?
Yeah, threw into double coverage deep. It's kind of one of those 50-50 balls when you're covered that well. And, you know, Brookman was just shielded off from it. He had no chance to play defensive back and even break it up. So, interception number 1.
Well, that's the 17th interception in the last 10 games, dating back to last season for the senior Tom Hesse.
Offense fired up.
And they get right back about where they started the first time, still down by 7.
Make it Dahl, the tight end in motion to the left. Play action.
Tyler Link, he wants to throw, and it is going to be intercepted by Eli Brown. Pave back-to-back turnovers. Massey with the pick for them, Brown with the pick for Tomah. If you go back to last season, Dave, and turnovers, 19 turnovers for Tomah. We turned it over 19 times. The opponents 7, minus 12, not good.
Yeah, we're even now this year so far.
Tomah takes over inside their own 35, leading 7-0. Jake Ballard on the run. Jake was the leading rusher last season, rushing for just under 400 yards.
A gain of maybe a yard and stop in the last progress.
Of course, their quarterback last year was Spencer Lehman. He graduated. And their brand new head coach is Dustin Vickerman. Dave, he's young compared to you and me. Vickerman, only 26 years old. I've got underwear that old. But that's another story. At the 35.
Fullback who gathers for about 3 or 4 yards down.
Keaton Vonderay.
Vonderay on the run.
The carry is just shy of the 30-yard line.
Keaton Vonderay.
And about 6.5.
Gain of 3 on the play.
From the Mauston
And it's
30-yard line.
3rd down and 7. Ball to 31.
Well on the run. After that first drive where they gave him all those yards, maybe they can get a big step down the shot right here.
5:44 to go, opening quarter, 7-0 Timberwolves, and they're driving once again in Mauston territory.
Tomah trying to capitalize on an Eli Brown interception.
And 6. Hesse will have
3rd and 6. We were not good at all on third down conversions last year, Dave. 23% conversion rate, not good. Hesse looking downfield, and a flag on the play. It is caught by Alex Boyko.
We'll see.
But now let's check the flag out.
There's a flag on the screen.
Contact, but that's got to be what it's going to be here.
Question is, on which
I believe it's going to be on Tomah, Dave. What do you think?
and defensive back?
Well, they're battling back there. They could have called it either way. The ball was caught, but I don't think it was caught in bounds.
Right now it's 4.
That's the other thing I wonder, too. It looked borderline of being in bounds. At any rate, they're going to mark off a penalty here on Mauston.
Had to be out.
Guessing he was probably out of bounds when he came down with it. Football at the 20 now.
Yeah, otherwise we'd have certainly declined. Had that been a touchdown, so. But Tomah set it up first and goal here at the 5. Not the
15-yard line. We are down just over 5 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Tomah leading Mauston on a 2-yard touchdown run on the first possession by Logan Rouflet. All set up on an Alex Boyko kickoff return to start the game.
I don't think we saw any lightning yet. At least I hope not. Yeah, we're expecting maybe around the 8 o'clock hour, maybe some nasty weather to come in.
And again, there is, knock on wood, but there is rain in the forecast. Dave, they actually started this game a little bit early. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but I know earlier today,
This will go against Tomah.
the Logan Rangers lost big to Eau Claire Memorial 36-8. But they played that game, Wags, 10:30 this morning at Carson Park in Eau Claire, I'm sure, to avoid the possible weather.
Yeah, there was weather last night that interfered with several games, and that was one of them. So they got up early in the morning, and I wonder how that was.
First down, Tomah, a little bit longer now. Logan Rouflet on the run. Rouflet inside the 10, down about the 5.
Logan Rouflet down the 5-yard line, and that's another big Tomah.
Dave, this is the Tomah team last season. Pretty much the same.
They love
A lot of guys back, skilled people back. But they only average a little over 200 yards a game.
first down and goal from the
Drew Brook on the top of your screen. Keep in mind, he's a touchdown reception away from a new school record, is Drew.
3 running backs behind Hesse, who gives
They stay on the ground.
Rouflet will take it.
Rouflet about the 2.
He's driven down hard by the Golden Eagles. And
Tom Hesse, Dave, coming off, I think, a great season in basketball. And you think that has to be a confidence builder for the young man, coming off a very successful winter sports basketball team program.
down and goal to go.
Yeah, you hope so. You hope that carries over some, and you get that feeling of success, and hopefully that aids you in this game here, in this season.
Ball at the 1 for Tomah. Granahan in the backfield. And it's going to be a touchdown. Jake Ballard on the run for 2 yards out. Set up by the Dave Eli Brown interception.
Yeah, so the interception we threw, we got right back, plus a very nice return that set us up again on a kind of a short field. So then the pass interference was another big play in that drive.
Brookman to hold Hesse, trying to go 2 for 2 on the night. And he will. 2 2-yard touchdown runs in this first quarter for Tomah. One by Logan Rouflet, and one by...
So they'll have to redo it again.
Well, we have to redo it here.
5-yard penalty. Re-hit.
Jake Pollard a moment ago. So basically, Dave, 2 short runs for touchdowns.
Tomah team's showing
Hesse's only thrown 1 pass, and that was intercepted. Everything else has been on the ground for Tomah. So little long and your extra point for Hesse.
25 yards out now.
And the kick looks good from here, and is. 2 possessions. 2 Tomah touchdowns. Actually, 3 possessions, 2 Tomah touchdowns. 14-0 Tomah. You're watching the Hagen Sports Network.
And the Timberwolves extend their lead.
Welcome back to E.J. McKean Memorial Field. Greg Halo with Dave Wagner. 14-0 Tomah leading Mauston. Dave, only 4 home games this season.
Welcome back. It's all Tomah Timberwolves early.
We have Central here down the road in 2 weeks. Next week will be at West Salem. And then later in the season, 2 new teams in the MVC, Baraboo and Reedsburg will both be here. West Salem moves to the Cooley Conference.
37-yard line.
So they're no longer in the MVC, but they had a nice 7 years, didn't they?
Onside attempt.
Very competitive 7 years for West Salem in the MVC. And of course, River Falls moves back to Big Rivers.
Receive this kickoff.
So now West Salem, Dave, in the same conference with Aquinas. Hesse kicking off.
Driven over to Haney, takes it at the 15-yard line, cuts it up with a left hash mark. He's across the 30, across the 35, and then brought down.
Alex Boyko on the tackle.
Mauston will take over 1st and 10. About a 20.
They were trying, I was talking earlier, that's a Tomah defense last season. Did not win a game, gave up 388 points, 43 points a game. 5 times the opponent scored more than 50. But that was last year, right?
Yeah, you can pretty much forget those and just bury those statistics, huh?
Getting an offense.
Well, we have so far, we've looked good. Still have 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Tomah leading Mauston 14-0.
Wingman, tight end, Dalton.
Tyler Link, the sophomore quarterback, on the handoff.
Way across the 35.
Flags all over the place.
Flags being thrown down.
Mason Downs, the last get up for Tomah. Mason, a 5'9", 165-pound junior.
Personal foul.
We really liked him at the end of last season, didn't we, Dave? Mason Downs, we liked him. He played well.
All the way up to midfield.
Yeah, he did. He kind of came on there in the last few games, and
Now, boys.
you know, he was very noticeable, and we were pretty hopeful that he'd come back and pick up where he left off.
Eagles move inside Tomah
First
territory.
time Austin's been in Team territory.
So with the penalty tacked on, and that's about the only thing Tomah's done wrong in this game, penalties. They're on Tomah's side midfield for the first time now.
Been in motion left side.
Goodman in motion,
We're going off right
and they stay on the ground.
ahead for a couple of yards. And that's about all he'll get. He'll get another tackle, of course.
1 yard gain.
With another flag down.
Flags.
Carter Habeck on the bottom of the pile for Tomah.
Back up in their own territory.
6'3", 240-pound junior.
14-0 Tomah, 3:28 to go. Opening.
Now a penalty on Mauston.
Mauston trying to get themselves in this game.
You said, Dave, last season they were 6-4. They averaged 32 points a game. 4 games they scored more than 40. But this is a Spencer Lehman's gone, a brand new head coach. Tomah, on the other hand, going the opposite direction.
Calhoun at a tackle.
Little more than 3 to go in the first quarter, 14-0. Tomah leading the Mauston Golden Eagles.
Right side, left back.
Lincoln's going to throw it again. He's got a man down there. Incomplete.
That pass intended for Hayes.
Sebastian Wilbanks on the coverage for Tomah.
Unable to connect so far as Tyler Lake. And again, he's going to be showing some nerves out there, too.
There were 2 one MVC game played last night. Chippewa Falls beat Holman 38-7. Earlier today up at Eau Claire Memorial beat Logan 36-8. Other games tonight, West Salem's at Alaska, Central's at Eau Claire North. Baraboo at Sauk Prairie, Reedsburg at Evansville, and as we said earlier, Sparta at Baldwin Woodville was postponed.
He might be changing the play up here. He's got Baldwin to his left.
Link wants to throw it again, and he's gonna go down. Jaden Brusky with the quarterback sack. Jaden, a 6'4", 205-pound junior. The big man with our first sack of the season, Wags.
Yeah, and he had time. He had time to let that go. In fact, he kind of double clutched it. Looked like he was going to let it fly, and he hung on to it, and he paid the price for hanging on to it.
They're looking at third and well over 20. Winding down to 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. 14-0, Tomah leading the Mauston Golden Eagles.
Link takes a snap.
Link wants to throw it again, and nobody there. Tomah scored on the first possession on a 2-yard run by Logan Rooflet. All set up on an Alex Boyko kickoff return to start the game. And then after an Eloy Brown interception, they scored again on a 2-yard run by Jake Ballard, 2 extra points by Hesse. And the only thing, Dave, we really haven't done well, couple penalties, but otherwise we played well.
Yep, yeah, we've had a real nice first quarter, the way you'd like to see them come out. They have, and we're in about 2 minutes. We'll have 1 quarter in the books.
Good snap, and the kick is up.
And it'll be
30-yard line. Now Stars testing across the 35, and he's brought down.
Drew Brookman on the return. No, Blake on the return.
Eagles. And Tomah will in field position again. First down and 10 from the 40-yard line.
Tackled by Ethan Cordero.
He's got to stop already down. Defense has got to show us here and try and help out the offense here.
First down and 10. Tomah.
Tomah's going to start at their own 40.
Tomah territory, and then they backed way up.
Yeah.
Dave, we have not had a winning season since 2015.
A couple of fullbacks in there, Granahan and Vonderhay. It's going to be given to Bullard, and Bullard powers.
Jake Bullard on the run. Now people say, well, what about 2 years ago, the COVID era when we were 4-3? Well, we did not play every MVC team. There were no MVC stats kept. Yes, we had a winning record, 4-3, but my take is that really wasn't the season. What do you think? I mean, we were 4-3, but we played no MVC. Hardly, we didn't play every MVC team.
Maybe you want to put an asterisk by it, but you played the games. You won 4 out of 7, so I think they count.
Stand on the ground, Jake Ballard again. Boy, this offensive line, Dave, has been very, very impressive for Tomah.
Good size.
And everybody's
Yep.
That's another big Tomah Timberwolves.
The offensive line of Brisky, Habeck, Andrew Rooflet, Jester, Squires, and Spires.
Down in 10 from the 47-yard line.
Doing the job up front.
7-yard line of the Mauston Golden Eagles. Timberwolves trying to.
It's been a while, Dave, since we've had a 1,000-yard running back, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. Very long time.
We've been lucky to have running backs reach 500 in the last 5 years, really since 2015.
To the right. Hesse tosses right.
Staying on the ground.
That is on the carry and picking up a couple of yards is Rooflet.
Rooflet
So I saw a flash.
down near the 42.
Rooflet on the run.
Second down.
It's to the 45
That might have been Wags' the final play of the first quarter.
from Rooflet.
And was. We played a quarter from E.J. McKean Memorial Field. Season opener for Tomah and Mauston. 14-0 Tomah. You're watching the Hagen Sports Network.
Tomah by 14.
All right, welcome back to E.J. McKay Memorial Field. 14-0 Tomah leading
Let's hear it.
Mauston after quarter. Greg Hay along with Dave Wagner. Tomah scoring on 2 2-yard touchdown runs, one out of Logan Rouflet and one out of Jake Pillard, and 2 Tom Hesse extra points. So Tomah starts the second quarter. Dave inside their 45. And we'll run with Rouflet again.
Loose ball covered. Right off. Short gain will bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 6 for Tomah.
Maybe 4-down territory for Tomah. I feel like this is kind of a must-stop for Mauston here in this drive, TJ.
Absolutely. I mean, Mauston's got to get the defense going. They already look a little bit out.
Drew Brookman, no touches tonight so far. No catches. The only pass they threw Drew's direction was picked off. And nowhere for Ballard to go. Nice defensive play right there from Mauston. So for the first time tonight, Dave, they stop us, don't they? Well, they did once earlier with the interception.
They did. On this area of the field, we thinking we could be 4-down territory, but it's kind of far to go, and I think we're going to try to punt them in a hole here.
Well, Drew Brookman, who set a school record last season, averaging 36 yards a punt. And the bottom line, Dave, we were there all season. Bottom line is he had a lot of practice, didn't he? But he had the new school record averaging 36 yards a punt for Drew Brookman last season. But it seemed like, Dave, last season, every time we looked up, we were punting.
On the offense.
Yeah, Tomah as well. Do you accept this year for Mauston, TJ?
Why not? Back to one.
I think you got to.
There's 2 of those tonight.
So already the 3rd penalty.
3rd penalty on Tomah. Next week, Tomah plays at West Salem. Mauston will be home to take on Sparta. And 2 weeks from tonight, Tomah back here to take on Baraboo. And a heck of a punt by Brookman. And who's got it? Alex Boyko, the sophomore. Boy, the sophomore making an impression in his first varsity game, isn't he, Wags? Boyko recovers right at the 1-yard line of Mauston.
He did not recover. He fell on it, and it's one of those where you don't know how he did not come up with it, but it came squirting out again.
Okay, I thought Boyko had it. He was down there. They certainly mishandled it, though. At any rate, Dave, they start at the 1-yard line. Down 14-0 early in the second quarter.
99 yards.
So that one, they dodge a bullet there. Tyler Link, the sophomore quarterback, who's thrown it a lot tonight. Tomah showing blitz here. And they're not going to get out of the end zone, I don't believe. They did not. Mason Downs there among others. Mason Downs was there. Cody Quist was there. And it's 16-0 Tomah. We'll take a break. You're watching the Hagen Sports Network. Tomah leading 16-0. And they have the option of kicking off or punting, and they're going to kick off, as you see. And it'll be Alex Boyko. You know, one of the nice things about Dave, when we do football at the 7th grade level and on up, You see these kids when they're young, and Boykos is one of these kids, even when he was in grade school, you knew was going to be a player. And he has very good speed. So long, he along with Eli Brown should be nice weapons to work with, of course, with Drew Brookman. No catches tonight for Drew. He only had one game last season. He did not have a catch. Ballard, short run. On the other hand, Dave, we really haven't looked to throw the ball, have we?
No, we really haven't. And, you know, other teams watch film and you get out to a nice lead without the pass. You're probably not going to want to show a whole lot after that. So we'll see. I'm sure we'll put it in the air some, but probably not a whole lot here from here on out if we maintain this lead.
Anybody that knows Joe Protz, Joe will be the first to tell you he likes to pound and ground the ball. That's Joe Protz's style of football, and we certainly have done that here tonight. Totally dominating up front. Has to get a dump it off, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Connor Granahan.
Broken up by Goodman.
Yeah, and we talked about this earlier, Dave. You go back to last season. Drew Brookman, 9 touchdowns. 5 of those were for 50 yards or more, including 2 80-yard touchdown passes from Hesse. He had a 66-yard touchdown pass against Mauston, a 57 and a 65-yard touchdown pass against Holman, and an 80-yard touchdown pass against. There is Brookman with the catch. Drew Brookman last season, 652 yards receiving, 29 catches, 9 touchdowns. And again, the next touchdown he scores, Dave, will be a new school record. He currently is tied with Cole Franklin, who played on that 2011 championship team. Cole had 16 touchdowns. He's currently tied with him. So obviously, before it's all said and done, Drew should have that record, shouldn't he?
Well, he certainly will.
And now we're going to get a flag, and we're going to get a Mauston timeout.
That sideline pass, that little down and out, that is a great play to run, get a couple completions, and then you run that down and out. And he can set. That's where you can set up that defense to hit a big one.
All right, we're down to 8:47 to go. First half, 16-0 Tomah. Little break in the action. Here's a look at some businesses bringing you tonight's game. Please thank and patronize them. Thank and patronize those businesses we showed you a moment ago. Bring you all the. All right, we hope you'll thank and patronize those businesses we showed you a moment ago, bringing you all different events here on the network. Tonight it's a season opener for Tomah, leading 16-0 against Mauston.
Connor Granahan up the middle, across the 40, down to 39.
Now they're discussing what here, Wags?
The spot.
Incidentally, our officials tonight are Jim Dulce, Dan Braun, Kyle Janke, Paul Laxton, and Terry Steffen.
On that far sideline.
They announced Granahan, Dave, but I thought it was Vandereer on the run. I thought I saw 7, but they're going to take over, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
And the Golden Eagles take over, and they're
If you're
over
a Tomah
39.
fan, get on Bulldog out there for the four measurement. No, it's not it.
Lead number 74 coming out there for Tomah, Brandon Calhoun. 6'1", 285-pound junior. Carter Habeck also in that offensive line, out there defensively.
Most of the games are very lopsided.
All right, 16-0 Tomah, 8.5 to go in the first half, leading Mauston. Link is going to throw it again, and it's incomplete.
That pass is in for Dahl. And that's the completion. It'll be second down and 10.
Yeah, Carter Habeck out there, 6'3", 240-pound junior.
He's had receivers open, but he really hasn't even been close to anyone.
Yeah, I mean, we watched him in practice.
Jaden Brisky an end out there. Jaden 6'4", 205, a junior.
Second down and 10 now.
Tackles Braden Calhoun, we talked about earlier, 6'1", 285, a junior. Second down. Running with Goodman. Tackled by Alex Boyko.
Goodman.
It's too bad, too, because he got a dynamite block from Brady Baldwin on the
And
end.
Jake Squires at another D tackle.
And it'll be third down.
Jake 6 foot, 265, a junior. So you're right, Dave. Good size on both sides of the ball for Tomah, isn't there?
Yeah, and that's a good recipe for success. You know, doesn't mean everything, but especially offensive line. You get those big horses up front, can open some holes, and even average backs can have quite a bit of success. And so far we have tonight.
3rd and 8. Tyler Link wants to throw it again, incomplete. Mason Downs on the coverage. Baldwin, the intended receiver. Tomah leading 16-0. Two first quarter touchdown runs, 2 yards each by Logan Rouflet and Jake Ballard. And then a safety here in the second quarter to lead 16-0. Boyko back for the punt. 8:18 to go in the first half. 16-0 Tomah, leading the Golden Eagles.
As a weapon on the edge, but maybe you think if you're coach Goodman, I don't know. Goodman back to punt.
All day to get it away. And Boyko's going to pick it up at the 22-yard line.
And a nice stop that time. So that
To about the 32-yard line.
Boyko again on return. Up to the 31. There's a flag against the play.
Kind of about 5 seconds after the
Another flag on the play.
was thrown in.
so we'll see.
Joe Protz is here, incidentally, is being assisted by Bill Carney, Cullen Eswine, Jeff Von Hayden, Craig Squires,
Tribals, there's a little bit of a,
Richard Cleary, and Isaac Klima.
I think. Well, I mean, it's been decades since we've been in the same conference, but still there's close proximity. They played each other.
Golf team won earlier today, we were told, by 30 strokes
So I think this is like
at lacrosse. Bryn Newman was the top scorer.
On the return team.
Last time he's
Tomah JVs will start this Monday. The JVs will be at Mauston. That'll be a 5 o'clock kickoff at Mauston.
The end of the return.
freshmen will play this coming Tuesday here against West Salem at 5:30. Boys soccer will start this Tuesday with 2 matches over the soccer complex, one against Menominee at 3:30 and one against New Richmond at 5:30. And the girls volleyball team will open their season also this coming Tuesday when they travel to Aquinas. So everything pretty much going, Dave, starting next week.
Yeah, time to get everything ramped up, I guess, here. School year starting anew.
8:07 to go in the first half. Tomah still up 16-0. Go to work inside their own 20 now with Brisky in motion. Connor Granahan on the run.
Granahan with the carry.
Connor 5'10", 200-pound junior. Now we get another timeout here? No. Tell you, keeping in mind, there's a very good possibility rain is in the near future. This game is not moving at a record pace. McKean Memorial Field, and Dave, we had about an hour lightning break, didn't we? So I thought they'd call the timeout, but they did not call a timeout. Lightning was seen in the area. So we're speculating it was about an hour lightning delay, but hopefully we'll get the rest of the game in. We still have 7:49 to go in the first half. Tomah leading 16-0 over Mauston. And Tomah's going to look at a 2nd down and 7 when play resumes here. Granahan in motion. Jake Ballard on the run. Recapping the scoring, Tomah scored on the very first possession on a 2-yard run by Logan Rouflet, all set up by a Alex Boyko kickoff return to start the game. Then following a interception by Eli Brown, they scored again on a 2-yard run by Jake Ballard. Hesse extra point, 14-0. And then a safety in the second quarter made it 16-0 Tomah. And a game day to this point totally dominated by Tomah.
Yeah, it has been. Mauston, hopefully after this.
Hesse looking downfield. Yeah, Drew Brookman down there. And it's incomplete.
That's one of those that would you like to have back. Yeah, Mauston after the break now, hopefully they're hoping things start going their way a little bit more. That helps. Tomah with a wide open receiver and just couldn't make the connection there.
Well, they tried early in the game to get it to Brookman. It was intercepted. Drew does have 1 catch. But for the most part, Dave, you're absolutely right. We had them thinking run, but the passing completed a moment ago. And for the second time tonight, Brookman on the punt now. Andrew Rouflet. Mitchell Schrader on the tackle. So Dave, really, since the early going, Mauston's held their own, haven't they?
Well, they've done a lot better after, the couple early scores by Tomah. They've been able to get us off the field a couple of times, so that's got to give them some confidence. They've got to get their offense going, which they really haven't been able to do yet tonight.
Had the ball once on Tomah's side of midfield, but didn't do anything. Tyler Link is their sophomore quarterback. He's thrown the ball a lot tonight. They stay on the ground. Not much there. Mason Downs is there. Mason Downs, Cody Quist on the tackle for Tomah. Cody, as we said earlier, led the team in tackles last year. Cody is a 5'10", 170-pound senior. Nice piece of the puzzle, that back legs.
Yes, it is. Anytime you can bring back your leading tackler, you kind of build that defense around that.
Actually, Tomah has the majority of their top tacklers back from last season, which is a good thing. Well, this is their best play of the game. Mason Downs on the tackle. Baldwin on the run from Mauston. Definitely their best running play of the game. Yeah, Tomah has 4 of their top 5 leading tacklers back from last season, led by Cody Quist. Staying on the ground again with Baldwin. Cole Madison on the tackle for Tomah. Cole, 6 foot, 185-pound senior.
Good to see Tomah stretching it out all the way to the sideline. I mean, you remember, last year we could not defend the outside in a run game very well at all, and that's where teams would get most of their big yardage.
Yeah, the biggest thing you look at on this defense for Tomah, Dave, so far, a lot quicker than what we put on the field last season. Looking to throw it again. He's got a man open for a touchdown. Got behind Sebastian Wilbanks. And the Golden Eagles on the scoreboard on the touchdown pass to Massey. Link to Massey, and Wags are right back in it.
Yeah, the sophomore put up a really nice pass. He just ran under it, right in stride, and that would have had to have a lot more tighter coverage to be able to knock it away, but you got to be impressed with that pass.
Extra point coming up. And they're going to go for 2 here. And it's incomplete, looking for Massey again. But the Golden Eagles on the scoreboard a moment ago on this touchdown pass. Link to Massey. A lot quicker than what we put on the field last season. Looking to throw it again. He's got a man open for a touchdown. Got behind Sebastian Wilbanks. Well, Dave, we had an hour delay due to lightning in the area. And you wondered, would that be a good thing? Well, it was a good thing for Mauston, wasn't it?
Yeah, it looked like it was. But what a difference. We have a wide open receiver behind the defense, and we miss it. And, their sophomore quarterback laid it out there perfect.
Whitney kicking off. Owen Gerke on the return. So it's 16-6 Tomah. With 5:41 to go in the first half. And again, we had about an hour lightning delay. So we will have a very brief halftime, you would think. Tomah down at their own 35. Go to work now. Connor Granahan.
Granahan with the stiff arm.
Next week, Tomah will play at West Salem. And Mauston will be home to take on Sparta. It's talking about that Sparta-Baldwin-Woodville game that I thought was postponed. Apparently, that game was scheduled for last night, and they tried to get it in, and apparently could not, so that's why it was postponed. Wasn't sure before. A great big hole right there. My goodness. Jake Ballard had a huge hole to run through, didn't he, Wags?
Yeah, he did. They cleared away a little path, and then the outside didn't have any contain, and we were able to get them for a big gainer on the outside. So Ballard doing a nice job running the daylight.
When we talk about that offensive line, Brisky, Habeck, Brisky, the tight end, great size. First down, Tomah at the 48 now. Another nice big hole. Fumble by Ballard. Mauston football. Dalton Hain with the fumble recovery. Second turnover of the night for Tomah, and they get it right back. And that hurts, removing the ball.
Yeah, we were moving it, and we had a nice gain on that play also, but somebody got in there and punched the ball out, and, you know, probably a little bit slippery, who knows. They switch balls often, try to keep them dry, but, you know, on a kind of a wet, humid night, that thing can get pretty slick, and unfortunately, they were able to get it out of there.
4.5 to go in the half, 16-6. Tomah Mauston on the pitch. A lot of room on the outside. That's Baldwin.
Brady Baldwin to the 39.
Brookman, among others, over there for Tomah.
Brady Baldwin is a hockey player in the winter, and he put the Tomah defense on skates right there.
Yeah, great job getting to the outside. And again, the first time we saw him last drive, they finally broke it to the outside.
Some Mauston days since the lightning break ended. Looks like a whole new team, don't they? A whole totally different team.
Well, they're hitting us on the outside. That's the same play, a little option action there that hurt Tomah on the other drive.
Baldwin again. In there for Tomah, among others, was Carter Habeck.
In the middle of that defense, that outside pitch.
Just under 4 to go in the first half, 16-6. Tomah leading Mauston.
Thus far, the Mauston driving again down 16-6 here.
Tomah led 16-0 before the lightning break. And Mauston's going on a touchdown pass. Link to Massey. Through the hands of Link, and he'll just fall on it. And they're going to call a penalty right there on Tomah. Flag is going to be on Carter Habeck, who fell on Link.
Ball back near the 45.
See it again. Like I said, even though these teams are conference opponents, they've opened up the season all but the COVID year since, I believe, 2014. And they play each other in basketball and wrestling. They face each other.
Now the official's going to talk about it here.
Separated by about 28 miles of interstate and
I don't think they're going to pick it up.
And again, unfortunate that Mauston got involved with this.
Yeah, on Tomah, it's sportsmanlike conduct. Offsetting penalties, apparently. I'm guessing after Habeck fell on Link, you may recall, Dave, somebody shoved Habeck, and maybe that's what they saw. Habeck getting shoved. For offsetting penalties, not sure, but that's what they're calling here.
Yeah, very fortunate, probably, if that's the case. I mean, you see a loose ball back there, you're taught to go after it like that, but he probably did have a step or two to pull up, because in high school as well as college football, once you're down with the ball, you're down. You don't need to have.
They're down at 14, and Tomah's going to take a timeout. We'll take a break. Back in 30. You're watching the Hagen Sports Network.
My name is Heather Loudon. I was officially diagnosed with invasive ductal carcinoma. Overall, the care that I received at Tomah Health was top-notch.
Here at Tomah Health, we provide IV therapy for patients receiving hydration, blood transfusions, all the way up to complex situations like chemotherapy and biologics.
When you need intravenous care, Tomah Health offers compassionate infusion therapy.
Tomah Health, offering quality care close to home.
DJ McCain Memorial Field, Greg Hagen along with Dave Wagner. our 38th year of Tomah High School football. Third and long, Mauston, as play resumes. Link in the shotgun. Link with time. Link looking downfield. It is caught by Massey.
Big completion.
Caught by Massey. First down, Mauston.
I told Brock before the
Inside
game,
15 yards line,
better than
flag,
take this a little bit. Right now, he is.
And that ball inside the 20-yard line now.
And Link is, he got helped out by Brock there, but he's starting to find his rhythm a little bit out there.
Got a spot around the 15, I believe. Another penalty on Tomah. Declined by Mauston.
That defensive penalty is declined.
I think I
First down, the Golden Eagles.
Massey can make you look.
All right, so they're at the Tomah 15-yard line now. Are the Mauston Golden Eagles? Link gonna throw it, and it's incomplete.
Pressure on the quarterback.
Trying to see who that was. Was Gina Brisky getting a shot in there?
I believe that was Jake Squires, Dave, putting the pressure on him.
Yeah, I believe it was.
Jake Squires,
Jacob Squires and others
the
there.
265-pound junior.
Second and 10.
And that caused Link to throw it a lot sooner than he wanted to, didn't it?
Yeah, probably. Maybe you're just trying to throw it away. I'm not sure.
Link again going to pitch it out to the right side. And another nice run from Mauston. And it's a Mauston touchdown.
There's a flag on the play. Back near the 12-yard line. And it's holding on the offense.
But it's coming back on a penalty.
Well, good to see Hayden out there. I know he's kind of questionable for tonight's matchup, and unfortunately,
Kylan with a touchdown comes back on a penalty.
you played tennis with Hayden's dad back in the day.
So break for Tomah. 2:47 still to go in the first half. We had an hour lightning delay.
And second down.
And they have scored the only point since the lightning delay. Touchdown pass linked to Massey. And now they had another pass a moment ago to Massey to set it up inside the Tomah 25 now. Second down and 15 with the penalty. Here comes the pressure again. Link gets it away and it's incomplete. That time it was Carter Habeck coming with the pressure.
Tomah's starting to send the pressure. Maybe that is
Sending the farm, aren't we, Wags?
Yeah, good idea. I mean, halftime's coming up. Tomah is going to have to come up with some way to stop that little option that hurt us. You know, obviously the big penalty brought back the touchdown, so the defense with another opportunity to get a stop here, but they have hurt us 3 times with that play.
2:43 to go in the first half. 16-6 Tomah Mauston. Third and long, Mauston inside the Tomah 30. See what Link will come up here. Link looking to throw it again. Looking in the end zone, and it's incomplete. Looking for Massey. Brookman and Hesse on the coverage. And here, Dave, you would think they'll go for it. Why not?
I think so. I would. You never know. We just had a pass interference called against Tomah, although the kid caught the ball anyway, so they declined it. But you never know what can happen.
Fourth down and long for Mauston. They need to get inside the Tomah 5. And they're going to try a field goal here. This is interesting. Jackson Whitney, a senior, is going to try a 39-yard field goal. Ball is down, and the Whitney kick is good. And it's 16-9. Mauston with 9 unanswered points since the lightning break got over.
First year out for football this year, Jackson Whitney. He said, I wanted to do it last year. I didn't do it. I should have done it. He told me, and he's out there just drilling 39 yards out. We'll take another.
I don't know from my angle, Dave. I thought he missed it, but it was good, obviously.
Yeah, he was good, and he had plenty of leg into it.
You know, sometimes, Dave, you see it at every level, high school, pro, college. We got off to such a great start. 2 touchdowns, a safety. They weren't doing anything. It was 16-0. And sometimes that's the worst thing that can happen because they have really been a totally different team. Have the Golden Eagles since the lightning strike ended. Very much in it, down 16-9. With still 2+ to go in the first half.
Yeah, it was like having an extended halftime. You get to go in and make adjustments, and that's exactly what they've been able to do, and we got ourselves a ball game.
Whitney kicking off. Fondry on the return. And now, Dave, with just over 2 to go in the half, can Tomah's offense get cranked up again?
All the way up.
Well, we're wanting to see a little more passing. We may now with only a couple of minutes to go here, but great field position for Tomah starting a drive over the 40-yard line. You'll take that any day.
Well, McKinley Bunny was checking in, and then he checked out. All right, Drew Brookman wide to the top of your screen. 1 catch in this game for the 6'4" senior. And it's back to the run. Rooflet on the run.
Ruffelt on the carry. In 5, but Carver Finley brought him down right at midfield.
At this point, Dave, no sense of urgency if you're Tomah, is there?
No, a great play on first down, getting him at 5 yards, gotten half of it. So
2 minutes, just under 2 to go in the half now. And back to the run. Granahan that time, Connor Granahan.
With a gain of 5.
And this is what we were doing most of the game day before the lightning strike, just winning the battle up front, weren't we?
yes, we were. Pretty much big time, and now we're going to, the chain gang didn't recognize that it was a first down, so we got to get those guys reset.
And remember, this is going to be a halftime here, so Tomah's got to try.
I'm sure Tomah, I think they have to take a shot here, though, at try to get a chunk play, as they call it.
Well, you have Brisky at 205. You have Habeck at 240. Andrew Rooflet at 225. Then you have Deshaun Jester at 245. Jake Squires at 265. And Jake Spires at 215. Pretty good size up front.
That's a big Tomah Timberwolves.
First down, Tomah. Just on their side of midfield. Tom Hessigan to dump it out in the flat to Granahan. Connor Granahan.
You would like to try to keep him in balance. I think they're going to keep the clock rolling, though.
Oh, come on.
Winding down about a minute to go in the half. 16-6, Tomah. 16-9, Tomah Mauston. It was 16-0 Tomah at the 7:49 mark of the half, when we had about an hour break due to lightning in the area, and Mauston scored the only point since then. Here's Hesse looking to throw. He's got Alex Boyko wide open. And I thought his face mask was grabbed, Dave, but no call. I thought they might have gotten away with a face mask there.
Yeah, they may have. We have to look at it again, but he had to wait for the football. If he lays that out there in front of him, he's probably 6 points, but a nice big gainer for Tomah.
All right, Tomah trying to get on the board late in the half. Back to the run, and there's some room on the outside. Touchdown, Tomah. Logan roof left. Second touchdown run in the game for Logan Rooflet. And Tomah Day, big score late in the half, now leading 22-9. And Hesse will go for 3 for 3, hopefully on extra points. And the kick is good. Tomah scores a moment ago on this touchdown run by Logan Rooflet, his second of the game.
6 points, but a nice big gainer for Tomah.
All right, Tomah trying to get on the board late in the half. Back to the run, and there's some room on the outside. Touchdown, Tomah. Logan Rooflet. Unofficially, we're going to go with a 14-yard run for Logan Rooflet, his second score of the game. And David comes with less than a half minute to go in the first half, and Tomah leading 23-9 over the Mauston Golden Eagles. Tom Hesse kicking off. That's going to find the end zone. So because we had about an hour lightning break when lightning was in the area, we're anticipating, Wags, are we not, a pretty short halftime, right?
I'm guessing that'll be the case. And there's more weather behind the storms that came through earlier, and we're hoping that there's a long enough window to get this game completed. But I'm sure halftime would be cut short, I would certainly think.
I was told, somebody said unofficially they thought 3 minutes. The dance team I know is here, and I know they can do a routine in less than 3 minutes. We'll see. Now you need to keep them from a big play, don't you?
Yep. Nicest thing about that drive, and we're wondering why we didn't use timeouts, but we score, leave them very little time on the clock.
Here is the quarterback throwing it again, and it's incomplete. And the man all wide open. That was Goodman. And Dave, we talked the pregame with the addition of Alex Boyko and his speed. He's just going to be another nice weapon that's going to make Drew Brookman a better player this year, isn't he?
Yeah, I would certainly hope so. You know, anytime you can put a second guy out there that could be a threat, you're opening things up on the other side somehow, some way.
You know, we haven't seen Eli Brown in a while either.
It's 2nd and 10.
And I'm wondering if I'm looking for Eli on the sideline. Yeah, he's down there. Okay. We just haven't seen him in a while. 21 seconds to go in the half. Tomah leading 23-9 over Mauston. Lincoln's going to throw it again, and it's caught and dropped by Baldwin. Third down coming up.
It'll be 3rd down and 10.
With those 2 incomplete passes, now Tomah with 2 timeouts, they might have a chance to get a 3-and-out and a chance to try to rush and block them out.
Exactly. That's why, that play didn't have much of life anyway. If Mauston would have caught it, there's technically right there.
I'll tell you what, Dave. They're doing us a favor by throwing the ball here, aren't they? We might get this thing back, or at least another shot at the end zone.
It's not impossible. Only 16 seconds, but
they've only taken 7 seconds off the clock in 2 plays.
Right. Yep.
Well, they're going to run this time, and this is the kid who's hurt us, Baldwin. Fumble on the play, and it's Madison with the fumble recovery. Cole Madison. So the turnovers even at 2 apiece now. With 11 seconds remaining in the half.
Well, that's even better.
And time to take a shot at the end zone right here, Dave. We have it inside their 40. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. We got 11 seconds, and see what we can do here.
Well, Tom Hesse and Brookman teamed up for 5 touchdowns of 50 yards or more last season. And they're inside the 35 now. Twins at the top, as you see. And Hesse looks to his left. Hesse looking downfield, and it's intercepted or incomplete. He says incomplete. Wow. I'd like to see that again. I don't know. 4 seconds to go in the half.
Mauston would really be ticked if this next play results in points for Tomah. It looked good, but the official was right on the play, so he saw something we didn't.
Well, that field goal that Whitney made, too, from my angle, didn't look good, but it was good from 39 yards. All right, you know where they're going. Might as well throw it again in the end zone. Nothing to lose. Hesse looking to his right this time, and nobody there but Mauston players, and it's going to be intercepted. And now what? They're going to say he was down in the end zone. But it is an interception for Hesse, his second in the night, as he was down in the end zone apparently. All right, it's halftime. How long of the halftime we'll have, we don't know. 23-9 Tomah. We'll be back. You're watching the Hagen Sports Network. Well, there you see your score, 23-9. Tomah, that's 16-0 on 2-yard touchdown runs by Logan Rouflet and Jake Ballard. 2 has the extra points, and they had a safety. But 16-0. Then the Lightning came at the 7:29 mark of the second quarter. And after Lightning break ended an hour later, touchdown pass linked to Massey. And then a 39-yard field goal.
Hesse set to kick. Let's make
for Whitney. And then Tomah scoring on a 14-yard run by Logan Rouflet with less than a minute to go in the half. And lead 23-9 at halftime. Very short halftime, Dave, but it's already 9:20.
3 minutes, that's a record, I think.
Last year, right after Tomah scored, I remember Mauston had a kickoff return by Aiden Sailorville.
Mitchell Schrader on the tackle for Tomah. Dave, the rain, I think, if nothing else, cooled it off a little bit. It's a very comfortable 66 degrees right now. We'll take it.
Yeah, it is very comfortable, and got nice rain, but I think the field's in great shape, and it took it very well, and we should have a good second half here.
Well, hats off to Activities Director Brad Pilger. He told us at halftime that he felt there was a good chance this game was going to get in, and so far he's been right. All right, they go to work inside their 20 as we start the second half. Staying on the ground, not much there.
Shortening on the play. Braden Calhoun with the tackle.
Brandon Calhoun on the tackle. Dahl on the run. Next Friday, Tomah will be at West Salem, while the Mauston Golden Eagles are back home to take on Sparta. Sparta beat them handily last season. Link gonna throw it. Link looking downfield, and it's broken up by Drew Brookman.
Broken up by Brookman.
Drew Brookman step for step with Brock Massey. They're pretty evenly matched up size-wise too, both around that 6'4", 6'5" range.
Yeah.
That'll bring up a 3rd and long for them.
That's a really fun
And after that pass defended, that brings up another big 3rd down. Well, let's make some noise on 3rd down. Come on, get there, defense.
3rd and long coming up.
Get on that edge.
Link is going to run with it this time. Now he's going to just throw it out of bounds.
Pressure on the quarterback. First by Brisky, then by
Definitely
Mauston.
came in there, and the Link made the right decision, even though it's
And
not
over down, over down.
just throw the football away.
This is the 8th straight year these teams have played. Although they did not play in the COVID year, 2020. But Tomah leads the overall series 4 wins to 3. They are trying to go to 4-1 at home tonight against Mauston. They struggled at Mauston, but they played Mauston very well here.
Really on receiver.
Out of this.
On 18. 5-yard penalty.
10:56 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yards.
Goodman to punt. And caught on the run by Boyko.
Alex Boyko with the return.
Tomah has been very good out here today. I don't want to say it's been a difference.
All spotted.
Tomah leading 23-9. Hit the ball for the first time in the 2nd quarter. And they'll go to work again, Dave, in great shape inside their 40.
Yep, great field position. Yeah, kind of a short punt there.
Nice run by Rouflet. Logan Rouflet, 6'1", 185-pound junior. And again, let's give credit to that offensive line of Brisky, Habeck, Andrew Rouflet, Jester, Squires, and Spires doing a great job tonight. Down to the Mauston 25 is Tomah. Connor Granahan. Dave, I'm looking at the sideline.
Tackle this time.
Looking down there at Eli Brown. He's suited up, but we have not seen him in a while, have we? And I'm wondering if something's going on with Eli.
Yeah, both sides of the ball, so I think probably there is. I thought at one time it looked like he was kind of holding one hand with the other hand, so I'm not sure if the two are related, but we'll see.
Tomah staying on the ground as they have most of the night. Rouflet again.
not before he gets another big Tomah Timberwolves.
Granahan out.
Got his Willis team out there to get a stop. And Hessia is well.
9:20 running to go in the third quarter. 23-9, Tomah leading Mauston. Tomah trying to end a 9-game losing streak dating back to last season. First time since 1984 they did not win a game. Bondere on the run.
Keaton Bondere, Gary.
Bondere down to the 10-yard line.
They really, Dave, when Eli is healthy, they really have a nice trio of backs that they can mix and match, don't they?
Yeah, that's it's always good to have in a you say we like to run and pound the football, and you got to have more than one pounder if you're going to do that. And Tomah's got looks like a pretty nice mix.
Well, we've seen Bondere, of course, we've seen Rooflet a lot tonight. We've seen Granahan at times. That's Rooflet again. Nothing fancy, Dave, just straight ahead football, and Tomah winning the battle up front.
Yeah, and Bulliard, I believe, was he the leading ball carrier coming back? And he ran this way, but he was injured last year now, right? Because what we're seeing the second and third effort out of 28 is the way Bulliard was running, I think, before the injury. Not so much now.
Absolutely, and this is Jake Bulliard right here for maybe one. Other games that are going on tonight in the MVC. West Salem, who will play next week at West Salem, they're at Onalaska. Central making the trip to Eau Claire North tonight. Baraboo and Reedsburg are now in the MVC. Baraboo tonight at Sauk Prairie. Reedsburg is at Evansville.
Be the play of the game right here, TJ.
Earlier today, Eau Claire Memorial beat Logan 36-8. And Thursday night, Chippewa Falls beat Holman 38-7.
Either going to be fourth and less than a yard at about the
23-9 our score here tonight.
Tomah JVs will start their season this Monday in Mauston, 5 o'clock to start. Tuesday, the freshmen open their season here against West Salem at 5:30. Girls volleyball team opens their season Tuesday at Aquinas. And boys soccer opens their season with a quadrangular Tuesday. They'll play Menominee at 3:30 and New Richmond at 5:30 over the Tomah Soccer Complex. And the girls golf team winning yesterday and winning by 30 strokes today again. They just keep on rolling. Connor Granahan for the touchdown. Connor Granahan. What day? Another 2-yard run, a third of the night?
He's from the 4, but got to give the offensive line a ton of credit because he walked into the end zone and they didn't get him to the ground. Never really had a good shot at him.
That was as simple as Tomah saying, we're going to run the ball, stop us. And they could not, could they? Hesse misses his first extra point of the night. But the Granahan touchdown puts Tomah up 29-9. You're watching the Hagen Sports Network. Well, Dave, after the lightning break of about an hour, they scored 9 unanswered points. Since then, we've countered with 13 unanswered points and lead 29-9 midway through quarter 3.
Yeah, I would definitely think Mauston came back from the break a little more ready to play for whatever reason. It took Tomah a while, but we're looking like we did early in the game. Kick coverage has been outstanding all night.
Connor Granahan down there for Tomah.
I think this is at least the third kick return where we've seen the returner get hit and taken backwards because we've been standing them up and turning them back. And you don't see that on kick returns very often.
Yeah, special teams have looked good tonight for Tomah also. Yeah, Connor Granahan, another kid that we really liked last year, scored the touchdown a moment ago and makes that tackle right there. So Tomah with their biggest lead of the night now at 29-9 here in the third quarter. Lincoln's going to throw it again, and it is incomplete. Cole Madison on the coverage.
I'm not sure how we didn't get sacked on that play. Brisky shot in there.
Now we're getting some pressure on Link right now, aren't we, Dave?
Yeah, Brisky that time with some big-time pressure. And if he'd have pump faked, he would have ate it again, but he let it go.
5:47 to go in the third quarter.
Now you're going to have to throw the ball a little bit more down by 2 scores.
2nd and 10 Mauston inside their own 25. Link on the pitch this time. Mason Downs. Squires there for Tomah.
Him with the carry. Jacob Squires.
3rd and long, Mauston. Mauston at their own 27.
Another big 3rd down.
They need 8 on 3rd down. And Link is he's got a little time this time. And it's caught in the flat. That's going to be enough for 1st down.
That pass complete to 13, Kyle Dahl.
Right there.
That's enough for Mauston, 1st down.
Completion is enough for the 1st down.
Actually, maybe Dalton King just enough to keep Brisky out of the face of the quarterback.
Kyle Dahl on the catch. So Mauston will keep it. Another tackle for Squires.
Squires with tackle.
Just under 5 to go in the third quarter. 29-9, Tomah Mauston. They're going to have twins at the bottom of the screen here, as you see. Tomah jumping, looked like Habeck.
On a 2nd and short, it leaves the playbook wide open. Maybe you will play action and find Massey or maybe one of the other receivers they're going for open down the field.
Well, Wags, when you're 6'3", 240 like Habeck, they're going to find you, aren't they?
Yeah, they're going to notice when you do that.
Link on the pitch, and this could be interesting. Tom Hesse on the tack for Tomah.
I think that was a case where the young coach maybe outthought himself. Pitch on 3rd and inches, although a bad pitch. You can always question the coach. Most of the time it does come down to execution, though.
Boy, does that change the complexion, Dave. 3rd down and long now.
Yeah.
4:20 to go in the third quarter.
Trying to hit that play they've really hurt Tomah with, but that time the pitch wasn't accurate and a big loss.
29-9, Tomah Mauston. Link going to throw it again, and it's caught. Nice open field tackle by Mason Downs on Dahl.
Open field tackle, Mason Downs.
Is this 4-down territory? There's still
4th and 14 coming up.
game, but you're down by 3 scores. We'll see.
4th down, 13 yards to go.
To Gillen. Again, with the second inches to 3rd and long. And now the ball back to the 32-yard line instead of
Alex Boyko back deep to receive.
back to receive for Tomah as Mauston will line up to punt.
Are they though?
Carver Goodman, a senior, punts for them.
So we'll see what Goodman can do
Boyko back deep.
with his punt.
Snap by Goodman.
And Carter's punt is over the head of Boyko. He picks it up at the 24-yard line. And it's spun down at the 32 to Boyko.
With a short return.
So man, again, Mauston had golden opportunity just come around the ball after muffed it.
Colton Hayne showed some strong hands there. Looked like Boyko was gonna get away from him, and the strong
3:07 to go in the third quarter.
cracked up in his hands and he dragged him back.
Wags, is it just me or has this been a long quarter?
Seems like it has, but maybe it's because we had a short halftime. It seems like the second and third quarter kind of run together, I guess.
We're doing our job by running the ball, but they like to throw the ball. Two different looking teams here tonight. Tomah has been very content just to run the football very successfully.
Hands it up the middle there.
Branahan on the run. Well, last year, Dave, we put up a season high 30 points at Mauston, but they put up 46. And this is a team, Dave, last season that only averaged 11 points. I think we're going to be a notch better or two this year.
Oh, yeah. You have your skill guys back every year of experience.
Big hole up the middle. Connor Granahan.
Granahan all the way down to the 35. And that's a big Tomah Timberwolves first down.
Nice run by Connor Granahan.
Sophomore linebacker who
A little more than 2 to go in the third quarter.
walked up the field.
And Tomah looks to add the 20-point lead on Mauston, leading 29-9. After losing to this team last season, 46-30 up there. Ballard on the run.
Bullard hit the backfield. Cordero with the tackle.
Adlin Steinhoff, number 77, checking in for Tomah. He's a 215-pound sophomore. Wags, it's been a while since we've called a win. You enjoying it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, last year was it was a long season, as you know, if you follow Tomah football. Going 0-9. Ballard on the run. Nice run for Jake. Still going. And
That's the bullyard I remember from before the injury. Dishing out punishment, breaking tackles.
yeah, I think Jake plays a lot bigger than he is. He's only a 200-pound. He's only a 200-pound senior. But again, you know, you had Tom Hesse back, you have Brookman back, you have Eli Brown back, you have your leading rusher back in Ballard. So a lot of pieces of the puzzle. 4 of your 5 top tacklers back. Bondere on the run.
And at the 21.
And I really like this Mitch and match backfield, Dave. Without Eli Brown, just very effective running the football.
Yep, I agree with you. They're not all, like real different styles, I would say. but boy, they're all running hard, and that's what I like to see.
All right, this could be our final play of the third quarter. We're under a minute to go in the third quarter. Tomah looking to add their 20-point lead. Rooflet again. To the 5 goes Logan Rooflet.
Big Tomah Timberwolves, first down.
That's going to be the end of the third quarter.
First and goal.
We go the fourth quarter, Tomah leading 29-9. With a break in the action, here's a look at some businesses and organizations bringing you tonight's game. Please thank and patronize them. All right, we hope you will thank and patronize those businesses and organizations we just showed you a moment ago. Bringing you all the different events around the network. Tonight, Tomah opening their season at home against Mauston. Tomah looks at a first and goal at the Golden Eagle 5 as we start the fourth quarter. Van Der Ray and Rooflet in the backfield. It is Van Der Ray for the touchdown. Five-yard run for Van Der Ray. And keep in mind, Dave, it's a Mauston team that's won 6 games last season, lost a lot of people, brand new head coach. By using this as a one-game example, if teams that are on our schedule are saying, we don't think Tomah can run the ball tonight, for the moment, it's only one game, but we've proven different, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
It's going to be very interesting, Dave, to see how many yards rushing we have in this game. Tomah by that many. You're watching the Hagen Sports Network. Welcome back. E.J. McKay Memorial Field. Greg Hang along with Dave Wagner. Tomah with a 36-9 lead on Mauston right now. 4 seconds into the second half. The fourth quarter, we should say. Mason Downs, among others, there for Tomah. Look like Mason Downs and Wilbanks for Tomah. Wags, it's only one game, keeping that in mind, but You come away very impressed with a lot of things from Tomah, although keep in mind one game in the season.
Right, and the passing game wasn't a factor tonight. Didn't have to be, but you know, we expect that they're going to be able to throw the football. So, you know, there's a lot of questions that still to be answered, but we're certainly looking good.
It's a toss to Goodman on that pitch.
Staying on the ground. Mason Downs over there for Tomah. Looks like Isaiah Bradley also over there for Tomah, number 60. Bradley is 6'1", 205-pound senior.
Forward progress will give him about. And the HVAC doll.
I think we're going to time out here. We will.
They are.
Somebody may be down on the far side of the field we're not seeing from here. Trainer's heading over there. Not sure. Yeah, talk to one of their players.
It'll be second down and 9.
Second and 9 for the Golden Eagles. Link gonna throw it again, looking downfield, and it's incomplete.
Thrown incomplete. He was looking for Massey on the far sideline.
Brookman on the coverage, along with Rouflat.
No penalty. Pass is complete. It'll be third down.
Third down and 9 down.
Squires coming out.
Illegal motion is declined.
Illegal motion declined by Tomah. So a Tomah team that really felt they had a lot to prove after last season has made a statement here tonight.
Down by 25 points here. 27 points, I should say.
Link from the shotgun. Link under pressure again. Incomplete. Boyko on the coverage.
Sir was the intended. Fourth down.
Sir, the intended receiver. Wags, I'm challenged tonight because their roster, the numbers are not in numerical order. Number 8's at the top and number 66 is at the bottom, and you mixed and match in between. Yeah.
Seniors at the top and then sophomores and juniors.
That's apparently what the plan was, yeah. Fourth and long, and they're going to go for it. Interesting. Flags on the play. Brisky was coming with the pressure.
And it's on the offense.
Mauston, procedure penalty now, even despite the score, maybe punt it now.
Sets up a fourth down and 14.
Back them up to the 27-yard line. We'll make it a second down, make it a fourth down, and long 14.
Okay.
11 minutes exactly to go in this one. It is 36-9.
Oh, let's hear you football fans. Fourth down. 14.
Fourth down, and they're going for it, Dave. Inside their 30. This is interesting. Link is going to throw it downfield, and it's incomplete. Cole Madison breaks it up.
And the Timberwolves take over.
I don't get that at all, Dave. They went for it inside the 30.
And Tomah will take over from the Mauston 27-yard line in prime real estate field position.
Yeah, inside the 30.
Didn't make any sense to me either.
I don't get it either, but
Mauston's been able to win a few games in the series
Buddy, the top of the screen.
8 years ago, but all those wins came in Mauston. As he gives the
Jake Ballard on the run. Flag on the play.
Before he's escorted out, down the line. I guess he will come back with a hold. We'll wait for the official word.
Well, stick around for the Murray's on Main scoreboard coming right up after the game. Take a look at all the other scores from around the MVC and look ahead the next week.
At least 10 yards. 10:48 to go, 36-9 Timberwolves. They'll get their first win, it looks like, since the regular season finale back in 2020. They lost on the playoff game down at legendary Flambeau Field in Baraboo.
Back to the 32.
And then did not win a game all of last season. And most of their games were not even close.
Tomah at the 31 now.
Hesse under center, two running backs split behind him. It's a give to the first man, and he's down the right sideline, gaining about 14.
That's Connor Granahan. Well, Dave, 4 different guys have scored tonight for Tomah. Logan Rouflet with a couple scores. Granahan with a touchdown. Vonderay with a touchdown. Ballard with a touchdown. And Drew Brookman on the night, 1 catch. But we haven't needed him, have we?
No, we haven't really needed him, and his numbers in the passing game are not going to look very good with those 2 interceptions, but you know, they both were long passes as good as a punt in this situation.
They've had a 4-headed rushing attack. 8 up Mauston here in this game.
Gain of 3. And that's an 8, Tomah.
Well, we talked about it earlier in the broadcast. Tomah's last winning season, if you throw out the COVID era in 2020 where they were 4-3, if you throw that out, and I do, because we did not play, no conference games are counted. We did not play every MVC team, but to Tomah's credit, in 2020 they were 4-3. But as far as a regular season goes, Dave, haven't had one since 2015. Hopefully 2022, the start of another run here for Tomah.
Yeah, it would sure be nice, get things turned around and have some winning seasons, maybe sneak into the playoffs again. It's been a dry spell here for a while.
Yeah, Tomah has really struggled in the MVC.
The rest of their schedule is pretty daunting.
We'll get more into that as the season goes on.
Non-conference action. I formation, tight end in motion left.
Hesse on the handoff.
Tailback who tries to plug.
Rouflet on the run.
Mauston will make the stop with Cordero after being only
Winding down to 8 minutes to go in the game. Tomah
carry.
With the tackle.
36-9 lead on Mauston. We're a trip to West Salem next Friday.
3rd down and 8 come up.
And the Golden Eagles, Dave, will head back home to take on Sparta.
Stopped here. They might try that field goal with
Yeah, no.
We'll see.
Be interesting. I wonder if Sparta and Baldwin Woodville will play that game like on a Monday, or just going to let it go and not play it.
Well, the interesting thing, it's at postponed, which tells me they're going to try to make it happen, but if they can't, they can't. We'll be back in 30. You're watching the Hagen Sports Network.
My name is Heather Loudon. I was officially diagnosed with invasive ductal carcinoma. Overall, the care that I received at Tomah Health was top-notch.
Here at Tomah Health, we provide IV therapy for patients receiving hydration, blood transfusions, all the way up to complex situations like chemotherapy and biologics.
When you need intravenous care, Tomah Health offers compassionate infusion therapy.
Tomah Health, offering quality care close to home.
Well, despite the an hour lightning delay, the outcome of this game is going to be a good one for Tomah. Running with Rouflet. Stops the clock with just under 8 to go.
And actually, they'll spot him right out of bounds at the 15-yard line. It's going to bring up a...
And it'll bring up 4th down. Ball at the 15-yard line.
I think we're getting close to a point, Dave, where we may see some second stringers in here.
Yeah, Tomah not really trying to score here, running some stuff wide, just letting them take us out of bounds.
It'll be 4th down and 7.
You know, if this was Holman, though, they'd be trying for every point they could get, remember?
Connor Granahan finds a nice hole for Connor. Connor Granahan. That'll be a first down run for Connor. Well, if everything comes together, this will be the very first game for Tomah. We'll finish that thought in a second here.
Just we're bigger and tougher than you would run right there on 4th down and 7, right? First down and goal from the 5-yard line.
At the 5. Granahan. Was it Granahan? No, yeah, it is Connor. Connor Granahan, second touchdown.
It's now 42-9.
5-yard run. And it's 42-9 Tomah.
When I was in high school, a team that just ran
26, Dave. 20.
that is up and
Extra point is good. 27 unanswered Tomah points. At one time was 16-9 Tomah. It's now 43-9 Tomah. You're watching the Hagen Sports Network. All right. Just under 7 minutes to go in the game. Tomah has scored 27 unanswered points and have a commanding 43-9 lead on the Golden Eagles right now. Taken out of bounds by Sebastian Wilbanks. I got a reminder, stick around for the Murray's on Main scoreboard coming up right after the game. We'll show you all the other scores from around the MVC, look ahead to what's coming up. JVs will open their season this Monday at Mauston at 5. Freshmen will open their season this Tuesday here against West Salem at 5:30. Girls volleyball will open their season Tuesday at Aquinas. And the soccer team, the boys soccer team, will open their season with a couple matches against Menominee and New Richmond on Tuesday.
Calling for the snap, takes it, he gives us to the running back off the left side, and now a yard for Brady Baldwin. And it's
Squires in there for Tomah.
And a long 9 for the Mauston Golden Eagles.
Mitchell, Pee-wee Schrader with the tackle.
Schrader was also in there.
2nd and 9, Golden Eagles.
Clock winding down to 6 to go.
You got Sparta next week, then Friday of Labor Day weekend,
And Tomah with a comfortable 43-9 lead on Mauston.
In the gun once again, Tyler Lake. His running back is to his right, 3 receivers to the right side as a man in motion. He'll give to the running back again, and he is bottled up after a short loss.
Tackle there, Hayden Klima.
Hayden Klima on the attack for Tomah.
Third down and a very long 9 coming up from Mauston.
And as we said earlier, Dave, slowly but surely, we're getting a lot of the starters out there, aren't we?
Yeah, starting to see it here and there.
5-16.
And you would expect with the score, as lopsided as it
Again,
is.
Tyler Link once again running back to his left, H back to the right side.
Lincoln's going to throw it again, and it's incomplete.
His intended receiver. 4th down and 9 coming up from the Mauston Golden Eagles. Mauston has a very daunting early season schedule.
You jump back to 2021, Dave, last season, we went 0-9. And when you look back on it, before we even played a game, both of us said, hey, we're not gonna start the world on fire, but we both thought, none of us thought we were going to go winless, did we? We thought we'd win at least a couple last year. It just never happened.
No, it didn't. Again, probably the closest was this Mauston team. And even though we lost, we saw a lot of good things and, figured that we would still get some wins. But, we weren't competitive in so many games last year. And that's what really hurts. And, this team is out here playing hard, running hard. The defense is getting, fired up when they make big plays, and just weren't enough of those to get fired up about last year.
Well, our only real competitive game last year was on this field, game 2, when we actually lost 12-7 to Prairie du Chien. Otherwise, everything was pretty much a blowout, as we had 5 games, the opponent scored more than 50.
Next week, it's Tomah at West Salem.
Welcome back, 43-9 Timberwolves.
After that, we look forward to seeing students back.
Tomah will have West Salem.
5 minutes to go in the game. And Tomah will open their season with a big win over the Mauston Golden Eagles.
Bit of a high snap. Goodman gets it down. Gets a high.
And nobody back there except the official.
Take a bit of a Mauston hop right to midfield, where it is
Timberwolves take over in midfield.
And Tomah will see who they send out there on top by a score.
I was going to say earlier, Dave, this is our 38th year, but this is the very first year, if you're watching this game right now on the Hagen Network, it will be, if everything comes together within the next 3 to 4 days, on my YouTube channel, so you can watch it on YouTube now. You could certainly obviously watch it on Spectrum, but usually within a couple, 2-3 days, just go to obviously YouTube and type in Hagen Sports Network. You'll see we have a lot of stuff that are already posted, and hopefully in the very near future, this game will be on there for you to watch. So check it out, the Hagen Sports Network YouTube page. Owen Gerke. Or actually, it's Jackson Stefflin there at QB right now.
Ball back to the line of scrimmage.
And now we're seeing all the wholesale changes we thought, Wags, with Jackson Steffel, 5'10", 145-pound sophomore, in there at QB.
Yeah, give the guys some experience, let them finish out the game, and have a little fun.
Staying on the ground, this is Ethan Wilds on the run. Ethan, a 5'8", 155-pound junior.
Down to the 42-yard line of Mauston.
And that'll set up a 3rd down and short.
Yeah, a lot of wholesale changes for Tomah.
They waited out that lightning delay, and they're excited to get their first win since 2020.
Yeah, total yards in this game will be very interesting. You want to be very heavy in favor of Tomah, especially running the football tonight. They have run the ball a lot.
As they give it to the fullback, who dives ahead for maybe a half a yard.
Staying on the ground right now.
Short gain on the play. That time.
Running that time with Bruce Raisin.
And that'll set up 4th down.
Raisin, a sophomore.
outside defense on that.
Bruce Raisin, the fullback, the carry for the T-Wolves. 4th down.
Takes us under 3 to go in the game.
Hey, let Steffel air it out.
4th and 1 for the Tomah, basically JV team right now.
Fullback, Wild's the halfback. It's a give to Wilds.
Wilds on the run. Wilds still going. Wilds for the touchdown. Ethan Wilds, the junior, with a touchdown run. Wags probably, what, 48, 47 yards, somewhere in there?
Yeah, somewhere in that neighborhood. Around 43 maybe, but anyway, did a lot of it on his own. Had some good,
yes,
good hole
yes,
yep. He made some nice cuts.
Nice touchdown run by the junior Ethan Wilds, and now Tomah's going to have to use the timeout here, maybe not. Raiden James getting on the field just in time.
That'll be a test for him. If they can play, hang there with Wasil, beat them, this team, maybe they're for real. We'll see. Hesse, and the kick is up, but it's whistled dead before the kick was up in the air.
Kick was good.
And the kick is procedure on Tomah.
He's had 3 extra points. He has
Didn't look good from the start.
5 yards, and it hasn't mattered so far. He didn't miss 1, but that was normal late extra point.
Dave, how ironic. Last season, the opponent scored 50 or more 5 times. We're an extra point away from 50, but on the good side.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, this is the 8th time that these 2 teams have went up, now the 8th year in a row.
Well, for some reason, that never happened. Well, Tomah with a 40-point lead, ladies and gentlemen. Late in the 4th quarter, 49-9 on this touchdown run a moment ago by Ethan Wilds. 4th and 1 for the Tomah, basically JV team right now.
Wilds the halfback. It's a give to Wilds.
Wilds on the run. Wilds still going. Wilds for the touchdown. 49-9. Tomah with a 40-point lead on Mauston.
Kickoff, and it's going to hop down to the 10-yard line where it's picked up, I believe, by
Another great special teams coverage. Down there for Tomah, Sebastian Wilbanks down there, along with Mitchell Schrader. So Dave, they scored 9 unanswered points after the lightning break at 7:29 to go in the half. Cut the lead to 16-9. Since then, we have scored 33 unanswered points.
Yeah, we definitely took control back and never looked back.
I'm surprised Link is still in their quarterback unless they don't have anybody else.
Left side and nearly spinning through.
Very nice defensive play right there. That was Klima again. Aiden Klima.
That was Israel Espinosa.
Espinosa with the carry.
And he nearly broke free.
Again, right after the game, we'll take a short break and be back with the Murray's on Main post-game show. All the other scores from around the MVC, all the other scores involving Tomah teams, and we'll look ahead to what's coming up next week. So stick around for that. Time for maybe a couple more plays here.
Snap. He'll take it and give to Espinosa.
Espinosa on the run again.
Out of bounds and in hard. Across the 25.
Mason Downs is there for Tomah,
Tackled by
along with Owen Gerke. So again, a reminder also, within the next couple, 2-3 days, check our YouTube page for this game. As if everything comes together, this game will be on the Hagen Sports Network YouTube page within the next 2-3 days. Just go to YouTube and type in Hagen Sports Network and you'll find a bunch of stuff we already have posted there. This could be our final play of the game.
Takes it to give to Espinosa. He'll go on
Espinosa again on the run.
tackle, and he's going to be counted down after the game.
Ethan Wilds on the tackle. And that's your ball game. 33 unanswered Tomah points. And they roll over Mauston 49-9. We'll be right back with the Murray's on Main scoreboard coming up. You're watching the Hagen Sports Network.